Simulator 22 today. We have wheat here. I will play this a little bit. So let's see. X. Got this. Let's not waste any of our money yet. Let's unfold it. Lower the header. Turn it on. Make sure everything's perfectly straight. Because if it's not straight, then, that stuff can get bad. Well, it doesn't get bad per se. It's more of a... It gets inconvenient. Okay, then you got to line it up. Wait a second. Okay, there we go. I just set something to the side. Okay, now let's look at this. Turn it on. Make sure everything's straight. The same reason I make sure it's straight is the reason why, you make your bed. So it's presentable. That way if anybody else joins, it looks like I have a nice clean farm. And after all this is done, I think I'm going to, see how much seeds they gave me, because I can't remember. Put it in the grain shed thing. Not grain shed, but silo. That way when there's a thing on wheat, it's easier on me. With the economy, at least. So, as you can see, we have our red tractor, trailer head. That looks like a seeder over there. I can't really see. Maybe a cultivator. I think over there is another trailer for planting. We'll see how much seeds are in that. We also need to buy a baler. See, the whole point of this game is either to have fun or basically see what it's like to be as a farmer. That's a good way to put it. You can see the challenges you have. So if you don't line it up straight, as you can see, I destroyed some of my crops. So I gotta be very careful of that. So you gotta lower it. And this is Xbox Edition, so you guys know. So if you guys want to play it, it's free on Game Pass. In my opinion, it's actually really good. It has a lot of mods. One of the mods that I use rarely, but if you want to use it, it's pretty good to help you in the economy styles. But I do not recommend it if you are doing like proper way to play. It's called the Government Subsidy mod. For you guys who don't know what that is, it is a mod that you can place down a sign, and then it earns you income. Basically like real life. You have a subsidy. What that is the government or your town can give you a certain type of subsidy. In this government subsidy mod, there's two types of signs you can do. A government subsidy, which earns you 8 million a month. And in this game, you can change how many days is in a month. Right now, it auto sets at 1 day. So if you place it down instantly, by the way, these signs are free to place once you have the mod. Once you place it, if you place it like straight off, you will have 8 million by the end of the month. Yeah. But if you place municipal subsidy, that earns you 8,000 a month, not 8 million. That's why I don't use the government subsidy mod. Is because there's no in between. Like, if you want like a state subsidy, that would be great. I know that sounds great, but they don't have that yet. What I would do for that, if I was the developer of that, make the state subsidy and make it so it's like 80K a month, not 80 million, not 80 million, 8 million or 8,000, because that's either way too much or way too little. But now we are done with the field. So let's see, I haven't done this in a while, so let's see if I can pack up the header correctly. I never understood these. These make sense in real life, but in this, it's like so hard to do. There we go. Then, of course, you park it right here. You can either use your D-pad to switch around. I don't. I just get out and do it normally. That would be a cool mod. It's like you would have to do all this manually. Not just press A, you know. But, yeah, that's that field done. Of course, it starts off with wheat. And always look both ways. I forgot. To use your blinker, hold down RB and use the D-pad. D-pad left and D-pad right, of course, the blinkers. To toggle the top beacons, to press RB, and then, as you can see up there, RB, and then you don't see it, but press D-pad up. And, of course, the beacons aren't on here. But as you can see, that's the tip side. I set it to back, of course. That way, it's classic. And then, of course, up there, you can see which button to open the cover. And then, you see that pipe right there? That's where the grain's going to come out of. So you want to set it to a relative distance, because it's going to come out straight. Let me show you how you know. Normally, you would do this by experience and that stuff, but if you want to do it the basic way, I know this does take a little bit of brain power. You want to look at this, okay? And then you want to imagine it coming out, okay? It would be about right there. So let's see. Let's see if I did it correctly. Out. Oh. Yeah, sometimes you can do that. So you want to like maneuver it. So I set it barely too much. So this is about where you could set it. So there. Of course, you're not going to get a lot of grain on your first harvest. Nobody does. And then you want to use pipe in and pipe out to do that. That's called a pipe in this game, apparently. And then move your stuff into the garage. Then you go over to here and then line it up, because that's gonna move. And then you can see at the bottom the prompt. Press RB and then press Y. You gotta hold down it, not just press it. I should probably specify that. When I say press, most of the time I mean hold. And here it will activate something going down there. It'll take that into the silos. That's how you do that. And then you pull this way. And then when it's down, close the cover. Now is when it gets difficult, because I want to put this somewhere. I can either put it in there or over here. I normally put my stuff in here. So basically this is how it's going to go. I pull this all the way forward, right? Stop, and then go back. Make sure that your tractor has to go in by about a wheel. That way. Let's see if this version does it still. Yeah, it does. That way you can close the gate and it doesn't glitch. Here's a cool little feature most people don't realize. So if I do this, watch the hand. Right? And then shift. Shifts. Okay, so now, I'm going to put this right in there. Most people want to know what the hole in there is. Once you see it, it's actually pretty self-explanatory for everything. Let me just take a front view. Yeah, now you can clearly see, and then you can turn on your light, of course, and hold crouch. If you place it back enough. Yeah, this way you can look under the vehicle. But here's a cool little thing. Sometimes there's hidden stuff, but I can never remember where they all are. Yeah, sometimes it can be hard to do this. Sometimes you just gotta wiggle your way up. But in here, of course, the tools. This version has a cool feature where you can pick some of the stuff up. And look. This is the coolest thing. This is your truck. But now we gotta see what this is. Ooh, cultivator. Let's set that all up. Oh look, people. But I want to know, is this the one where you can seed it? Yes, I think it is. Is this a seeder? Yeah. So let's see. In here, you have 6,000 liters of seeds. Personally, I don't want to do all this work. However, I want to set what I'm getting. As you can see up there. Do this, do that. See, when you hold LB and then you click Y, or press Y, whatever you say, it can change. Let's just keep it at wheat. and just press B. Wrong season for this work. Okay, so then you click it over to O if you want. Really? Hold up, it's saving the content. Okay, so here is how you can change your stuff. This is how you do your auto set. Like every so often it auto saves. Time scale, I set that to real time. That doesn't set it to your actual time. It makes it so a minute is a minute and a second is a second. Economic difficulty, traffic is on, seasonal growth. I set that to no. Days per month. Let's do no to this. Let's do 28 days. Let's see. Let's do off. Snow on. Crop destruction off. Periodic plowing off. Fieldstone on. Off. On. Off. Dirt. I do it fast because why not? That way, if you keep it on, it stays on. And all this should be good. So now, I hired this. It should plant. Yeah, like that. And then, of course, I want to go buy a baler. So, let's take a quick look at the balers we can buy. You have this one. So here, this is your square bale and your round bale. Always go to a short bale. This will provide liftable bales. And then, of course, you got to buy something for it. So that's for big bales. This is for little bales. But what I do is bale trailer. Of course, with something like this. And then you start your engine, as you can see. Now that's on. See? It doesn't stop. That way I can get in and drive. Now, we're on our way to go get our bale thing that we bought. It's all the way that way. So if you take a right here, of course, obey traffic laws. You can just blow out if you want, like this, but I use traffic laws, so I'll just, I'll just cut over there, and I will see you when we're. Okay. I just realized I was muted for that entire time, but I'll just voice over it. Or I could go back and do it, but I literally can't go back and do it because I've already done a thing, fails, but it's better to admit your mistakes. Hope you gotta wait for him. Admit your mistakes rather than cover them up. Because if you don't admit your mistakes, everybody's going to think something else of you. When they think something else of you, like if they think you're perfect, you're going to have to be perfect. And I don't want to be perfect. I want to be someone that actually admits their mistakes on their videos, showing that they're human, not just acting the entire time. Like, none of this. I'm not playing with anybody else. As you can see, it's a single player thing. So, none of this is as I am going to have to pick up these bales one by one. Because those bale pickup things, when you are using a bale trailer, it really doesn't have much use. But, well, of course, when you're into big bales. I mean, like, when it's small bales, you know, they're not useful. You can just pick them up. That worker's about to be done. This game is honestly very relaxing and very fun. I would recommend it to most people, but of course, some people who don't like these type of games, of course, I'm not going to recommend it to you. But if you're here just relaxing, sitting down, trying to watch others play, that's fine. As long as you're having a good time, either if you're playing or watching, that's good. But if you're not having fun, don't play it. If you're not having fun watching, don't watch. And if you don't know what to feel, most of us don't, until you actually experience it yourself, you can't really say anything bad about it, in my opinion. Oh, worker A, that's them. The worker that is currently doing their task is called worker A, like, you know, in the alphabet. If there are two workers and the second worker finished their task first, it would say worker B has finished their task. But if worker A finished it first, you're going to see another worker pop up saying they finished it, not just worker A again. Because it would be worker A and worker B. Then worker C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. You know. Now I'm going to go back and pick up all the stuff I missed. Okay, we got a little bit here. A lot here. course you can't like drop all your balers right there. Let's see. I don't see much that I missed. So of course you gotta turn off baler and then unload the baler. Then fold the baler. Eventually you're going to have to, of course, find more storage for everything. But we're fine for now. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but you can if you want. I could make a series out of this. Who knows? Not many people watch my videos anyway. But we all gotta start somewhere. The bale trailer. And we are actually here. And of course, this only means you're passing. And I did not mean to do that. I keep doing that. This is why I have keep engine on. You have your blinker on, make sure nothing's coming. And the 2 yellow lines, for those who don't know, who are not aware of what traffic laws are. The 2 lines indicate that you cannot pass on, well, you can't pass in general. Because if you're passing on the right side, it's either something wrong with you or something wrong with the other car. But normally, the way you pass is going like, well, I'm going to quickly show you. So basically, you're going like this around another car. But with the 2 lines, it means that you can't. Well, you can, but it's illegal. But something like this, of course, you can turn, do that. But you can pass on a dotted line from both sides. A straight line and a dotted line. As long as you have the dotted lines, you can pass on that side. But if there are 2 straight lines, or you have a straight line, you can't pass. But if you physically need to pass the yellow line to turn somewhere, like here or down there, that's good. Okay, now we use our bale trailer to just put on the bales. Let's just do this. Then pick up the bales by hand. This is going to take a while, so I'll just speed up for you guys, because probably 30 minutes for you guys of watching for you guys is an hour of recording for me. So far, I'm streaming and recording this, so I'm at 45 minutes. I was playing a different game, but that literally crashed on me. I'll probably upload that to a YouTube short instead of a, full video, because nobody wants to watch all that. This is sliding on me. I think I just realized that. I don't know if it's whenever I'm on it or it's just sliding. Okay, now I'm just going to speed it up for you guys. And cut to when we're there. Okay, and that is all the bales we have right there. And we have a couple bales. Like one more bale would have completed this perfect row. That's just going to end it off here. Probably start a series off of this. And we'll continue it next time. Bye bye.